I made a massive mistake. Oh, this is so embarrassing. But it is what it is. Okay, here it is. So, I'm gonna go into free cam here and see if we can see this. I built a creeper farm all the way down at bedrock. Not because the rates would be higher. I built it down here because I wanted to stack it all the way up to the surface. That was my secret plan. I wanted to make the most massive of creeper farms you've ever seen. However, the thing is, mobs in Minecraft despawn if they are 120 blocks away from any player. And here's the thing. When I'm up on the surface, because Minecraft has lowered the bottom level of the game, I am... Okay, I'm not going to get a spawn right now, apparently. I am, let's see here. But I'm standing on Y level 72. Can I see the Y level if I do this? Yes. I never use free cam, by the way. I feel like this is super cheaty, but it's really, really good for doing things like this. For demonstrating something. So we were at Y level 72. 72 minus 53. So 125. Okay, so right where I'm standing right now. Right where I'm standing right now is probably fine. Okay, this little spot here is probably fine. But I saw this with my own eyeballs earlier. Because I was like, I can't believe this. That's not true. And I think I was just chilling out around here. And so, yeah. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Look at this creeper. Look at this creeper. It just spawned. Did you guys see that? It just spawned right here. Oh, there it is. There's another one. I've seen this with my own eyeballs this morning at 8 a.m. And I was like, for goodness sake, Iskall, what are you doing with your life, you idiot? And you know what's worse is that there is no rectifying this. Well, there is. To be fair, we could cut this fall pit out, but then it would still be bad. It would still be bad because it would still be a very tiny radius where I can make it. You can move the campfires up, so I could move the campfires up. Yes, that's correct, but it's not going to do much. Right, so instead of being able to be like, okay, I moved the campfires up, now I can stand here. But what about when I'm over here? Like, the whole point was that the neighborhood would passively load it for the most part. So I'm gonna rebuild the whole thing. That's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna build it over ground. I don't really fight. Like, this is just funny. This is just... I'm more concerned with the fact that my brain didn't actually consider this. Because, like, I consider, you know, amount of chunks loaded, and then I was like, yeah, the entire chunk is going to be loaded. And that's true. The chunk is actually loaded. If I would throw something in these hoppers, right? If I would throw anything in the hoppers, they would pick it up and they would push the item. They would be loaded. That would be fine. But entities don't work the same way. And I know this. I'm usually, like, mob farms, it's something that I really enjoy thinking about. Now, the good thing is that I've actually built up quite a supply here. And so anyway, it's a massive issue. I've messed up. And that's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. So we gotta rebuild it, the whole thing. I think I want to build it like right here. Just gotta make sure. Can Cleo see it? Cleo can probably see it. Yeah. My base is gonna be this mountain. Like my base, I don't have much plans for it, but this mound is my base. Buttery biscuit base. And so I think right here is a good spot. Or do I do this chunk? I'm not invading on Stress Monster's land here, I don't think. Now, I really got to think about this because if we want to decorate it, it's going to take up more than a chunk. Like, it's going to be a big thing, right? And I don't really want to hear creepers dying all day long when I'm in my house. Maybe this is the chunk, actually. Maybe this is the chunk. Because this is more towards the center, so there will be a bigger chance that this is loaded when other people are online. So what I want to do is I want to dig it down. I want to have the entire killing mechanism underground. I think I've decided on this chunk. And we're going to have a tower here. It's going to be part of my base. This is going to be part of my base. But the question is how big the tower is going to be. So if every layer is 2 blocks tall, let's do some math. Okay, that's always fun. Let's do some math. So if every layer is 2 blocks tall, and I want, what did I say in the video? 14. That's only 28 blocks. But then it's not. It's 3. It's 3. So 3 times 14. That's 42 blocks tall. I don't really want this to be bigger than the monolith. And the biggest chunk of this, the height of this farm, is of course the drop, the killing drop. So I think what we do is we determine a base for this, and this can be the base right here. This level. And then we dig down 19 blocks in this chunk. I don't want them to die from the fall. I don't want them to die from the fall because I am going to have a manual switch. But actually, yeah, let's dig down 22. It's gonna work out great. This will be the water layer. Oh, but then we're gonna hear water all the time. That's kind of annoying. I can't believe we're doing this. I can't believe we have to do this. This is so funny. I actually have a little bit of an idea for the design for this thing. I think I want to use a cyan. Look at my bird here. I think I want to use these blocks here, right? So like a cyan gradient mix, maybe. I don't ever build with gradients. But I was watching a video the other week about texturing and coloring and shading. And it was really interesting. It really got me inspired. And so I think I might want to do some of that. Obviously, this is going to be a big part of the world here. I don't want it to look ugly. Unless I can think of a shade of green. But if I think of a shade of green, I'm going to need so much copper. Okay, here we go. Let's find the center. What is this? Have you pooed yourself? It's mud, you idiot. Oh! Oh! I get it now. That's funny. Oh, that's really good stress. It was unfortunate. We should only dig out the chute. The chute. Why is that word pronounced like that? And the chute only needs to be 3 by 3. Meeting in the center. So these 3 blocks here. So we're gonna go... Sir, can you stop making noises? Don't. Let's continue with our plan of going to 45. Murder, no. Like, is anyone playing Minecraft in their own world and they don't kill those guys? Is that how you guys play the game? Because if it is, you're playing it wrong. You gotta kill them. It's like, it's just how it is, you know? I'm gonna do a slight change. I want them to be able to be dropped to their death. And then I want us to build like a mechanism where we can kill them manually with a looting sword. Man, I could have skipped the pain of digging out all of that deep slate. To be fair though, it's given me like a base stock, right? It's giving me a base stock, which is nice. Let's talk prices. I mentioned in my video, I said I don't think we should be selling them cheap to begin with. And a lot of commenters are like, no, people are just going to build their own creeper farms if you don't sell them cheap enough. And I think that's true, but I think cheap enough is debatable here. So diamonds in Minecraft have changed massively. It's so easy to get diamonds now. So easy. It's ridiculous. And so I think that if we go by old prices, old standards, I think we are going to ruin the economy on Hermitcraft. Like, we can only do this once. We only get one chance of setting the economy right. And I think that if we go with the standard prices that we've had other seasons, we are ruining the economy immediately. Because diamonds are like so much easier to mine. I'm thinking I will start out by selling 1 stack for 2 diamonds. And yes, that is very expensive. That is very expensive in comparison to what it has been in the past. But I don't think it's bad. You know, I think that it's fine. And then we'll see. Then we'll see. Of course, you guys are right when you say that there is a risk that the economy gets, like, that people make their own creeper farm, but it's a little bit of a hassle to make these. I'm only designing the innards of the farm. I haven't got a plan per se, but I got a little bit of an idea for what I want to do on the outside, and it's going to probably go in the cyan. I said this earlier. But for the innards, I think I'm going to just be smart with materials. I dug out a ton of deep slate. So, you know what? Let's use this tile stuff, this deep slate tiles. This is just for the innards. It's probably never going to be seen. We're going to need 3 stacks of fences. Probably too much, but yeah, let's do that. And then a stack of buttons. We need a lot of trapdoors. I don't think that this is... No, what am I doing? God dang it. I don't think that this is going to be enough. There's definitely not enough trapdoors. Specifically not when I wasted 2 stacks like that. Pressure plates instead of carpets. Ooh, wait. Does that work? It's going to be very clicky though, isn't it? I don't think it works because they don't have a hitbox, do they? Like, yes, they can block spawns, but that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to block the hitbox. No, they don't have a hitbox, so spiders surely can spawn. Like, if I have this, a spider can spawn here. I think Skulk would look amazing as the spawning platforms. Does it come out 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. I hate doing water. All right, well, we've taken this thing down because this was just a demo. This was not wrongly built. It's just, I don't want it this way. Instead, what I'm going to do is go 2 out. And then, oh, there we go. Yeah, I mean, I like this better. It's just a choice, really. Mining Deep Slate, what a fun task. Why didn't Mojang make Deep Slate insta-mine with a netherite pickaxe? Not that I have netherite, but I would totally go and grind out some ancient debris if it gave me something other than durability, because mending ruins the durability angle. Like, if netherite pickaxes could insta-mine with haste 2 Deep Slate, bruh, I would be a netherite pick enjoyer. But now I'm not a netherite pick enjoyer. It's just such a weird choice of game design, in my opinion. I mean, that's gonna push all the creepers down, for sure. I kind of want to have some windows here. Right, so now we have to do the spawning platforms, and actually, this is the edge of the spawning platform. So let's make this the skulk. This is why we went and got the skulk, because it looks amazing. So we gotta go, they're gonna be 3 wide. And that's 3, that's 6, that's 7... and that's 9. It's gonna be 9 like that. And this is also a spawning platform. So I'm gonna want the skulk to be the spawning spots. And these carpets are, of course, to make it so that there are no 2x2 spawning boxes. Okay, well, this is it. And then we're gonna use the deep slate. Wait, this is gonna be a chunky building. This is gonna be a very chunky building. Now the question is, do we want to have, and I think the answer to this is yes. I think I want to have a window on every level. And we're definitely going to get more need to get more amethyst for this. But I think it would be cool to have the possibility to see the innards of this farm. I actually think that we should have that on every level. I'm going to say something that might shock some people. I think calcite is a really nice block. I might shock some people thinking, oh, it's like diorite, but it's really not. It's really not like diorite. It's a lot better. It has like a nice flow to it. See what I mean? Like it's got the scales, right? But the scales are done right. They're very, very professionally done with pixel art. It's really awesome. I like it. I actually think that Minecraft could make a lot more use. Mojang could make a lot more use of the compass. Let's say that you take an amethyst and combine it with a compass. You get a compass you get a pointer to the nearest geode. And then let's say that you combine it with a kelp. You get a compass to the nearest ocean and stuff like that. Like, I think that would be fun to find things. And you could do the same with spawner, right? You put it to mossy cobblestone, and you can find spawners. Like, personally, I think that would be a very clean and nice way of doing it. And so to make exploration be more exciting in the game. Are you guys excited about the permits? I was super excited up until I started seeing some comments. Some people pointed out some stuff that I didn't think about. I genuinely think that this is the best idea, season-long idea that we've ever had on Hermitcraft. What type of comments? There was a few people pointing out with like the pressure for shops and the fact that we are 27 hermits, but there aren't 27 different items that actually sell and that actually have value. Does that make sense? Like, of course, we can act as if something has value. And of course, we can make funny content out of something having value. Like, for example, I could sell my cut grass and pretend as if it's like the most valuable thing ever, and that everyone who doesn't understand that, they just don't know what they're talking about. And that would be funny to a certain extent. It get old quite quickly, but you know, there is merit in it. I don't really like creating value from something that doesn't have value in the game. I don't really like that personally. But if something can become valuable because of a tangible, legitimate reason, then I think it's great. Because then the only thing that stops you is your creativity. Like, for example, if you imported a custom hat into the game that was very exclusive and you could buy for a lot of diamonds, and then you managed to give it value. Like, that's just like real life, right? Except for 12 bamboo, of course. So the reason 12 bamboo holds value without it being fake, to me, is because that was one of the funniest moments that was so random in Hermitcraft history for me. So to me, the idea of 12 bamboo, just the sentiment of 12 bamboo, makes it funny and valuable. The monopoly might be a problem. Well, here's how it works, right? So if the demand is higher than the supply, the server has the right to rebel. The server has the right to not necessarily rebel, but complain. And if there are enough complaints, a new permit will be handed out into the mix. So let's say that everyone wants to build with Prismary in this season, and the hermit who has the Prismary permit only has one Prismarine farm, and it can't actually supply all permits, so that the shop is constantly sold out. A new Prismarine permit will be sent into the server, or will be created. So that fixes the monopoly worries that we would run out of things. Of course, there is an understanding inside the group to be considerate about pricing. But the same goes there, to be fair. I think this has even been said. If the price is too high and there's a monopoly, other hermits can complain. If enough hermits complain, another permit will be put into the mix and you lose the monopoly. Also, if the price is too high, but there is no complaints, let's say that, 20% of the people agree with buying it at that price, and 80% don't, well, then the 80% will go and create their own ways of manufacturing whatever is being sold, right? And so now you lose out on sales. So the price is controlled by the market. And I really like that. It's really cool. If I were to charge 10 diamonds per rocket stack, I would get demonetized. They would add another permit for sure. I do believe. So if this happens, there will be another event, and all the hermits will be... I just imagine, this has not been planned, but let's say that it happens. Let's say that we are going to need another flight rocket because I cannot satisfy the market for whatever reason. I assume that there will be another summoning by Grian and Cubfan. And then a new machine will be built that will probably do it the opposite way around, saying, alright, we got a new flight rocket permit going out. We're going to draw the hermit who gets it. And everyone who's active on the server gets a ticket. And then there's a random drawing. And then they can trade it or sell it or whatever if they don't want it or use it. Could also be bid on. That's a smart idea, yeah. So you have an auction for new permits. I mean, look, we're not there yet, right? This is all innovation. This is all brand new for us. So I don't know how it's going to work out. It's not going to look like this from the outside. It's going to have a cover, a shell. It looks absolutely horrendous. Can't wait for Cleo to see it. Yes. False is so stressed out with my presence on this server. Yesterday she thought that I had that I had taken one of her spots or something like this. She's got like this has got like the biggest base of everyone in the neighborhood, the biggest area. What's she saying? This is what jealousy does to you? Oh, I'm not jealous about your big land claim, False. You go ahead and build your big land claim. The thing is, I don't have a big land claim, so I gotta go vertically, you know? It's not my fault that vertically is more visible. It's just optimization, yeah, it's just optimization. Can we maybe get rid of Iskall?
Me burn his place down.
I mean, it's not made of wood, and we have fire tick off, but sure.
What would I choose if I had the Joker card? I don't know, actually. I think it's a very tricky one because there are two ways of looking at it, right? You can either... To be honest, okay, I would take whatever Vintage Beef got. Like, even if he got something really bad, I would take it. That's probably how I would play it. Shopping is more of a convenience. Shopping is great because of convenience and because of like instant getting something that you don't want to grind for. But at the end of the day, like, apart from Prismarine and Flight Rockets, like, you can go and chop down the amount of spruce you need for the moment, you know. It's just a nice thing to be able to buy it at will. By the way, yesterday I filled in the form for the plaque. It had changed, so I'm so happy I looked it up. Because when I got my plaques for Iskall 85, I got contacted by YouTube. Like, it was very fancy. Like, they called me. They were like, you know, we're here to tell you that you've done so great. We're going to send you a plaque. Actually, it was a Swede that called me, so it wasn't that cool. But it was almost that cool. But now you have to order them yourself, apparently. And so I ordered mine for Iskall 85 yesterday. Excite. Thank you guys so much. And again, a big shout out to the 5 members I have on Iskall 85. As I say, and I will say this clearly, I would love to have more members on Iskall 85 and on Iskall 85 when I open up the membership. But it is a bit of a waste of money for you, because the only thing you get is a badge next to your name in the comment field and prioritized comments. I also think that you get emotes. I also think that you can use emotes in my comments, but that's about it. You can use emotes otherwise anyway with the like emoji things. If we do 14 layers, this is going to be quite the build here. Might not want to do that. Maybe I will have to build the bottom instead to get 14 layers in. This is working. The fact that it's going to be working passively when people are in the neighborhood is really good. And then, as I say, what I want to do is I want to add a double piston extender. I'm going to lower this down by like 2 blocks. And then I'm going to add a double piston extender so that I can have blocks come out like this. And then I can swing my sword at the creepers instead if I want to. Yay!